Okay, all right. So today what we're gonna do is this. We're going to start the third type of questions for elimination. So we've done type one, we've done type two. I think we spent 3 total days on that, and then we're probably gonna spend another 2 days on type three. All right, which is the most complicated of the three. So all right, let's go and see and take a look. All right. All right. So now, in order for you to see fully what a type 3 question is, let's take 2 steps backwards and take a look and see what type 1 has been, what type 2 was, and what type 2, not what type 3 will be. All right. So this is the first type, and we'll just solve it very quickly. Now, type 1, right, is you literally don't really need to change either equation. And all you have to do is combine them. So in this example, right, if you add them, you got x plus x is 2x, these cancels out, and you got -1 here, so on and so forth. And then you go from there. Right? The second type is where you have to change one of the equations. In this case, this equation, and turn the 2 into a 4. So here you would multiply everything by 2. So you would, if you were to rewrite it, you would get 4x plus 6y equals to 160, and then 4x plus 2y equals to 80. And here you would subtract. So you get 4y is equal to 80, so on and so forth. Okay, I'm using these as old questions, by the way, so don't try to redo them. All right, these questions, I'm recycling them. A third type is more complicated than the second type, which is this. We can't just change one or the other by multiplying one of the equations by a number, because that's not gonna move the needle any, right? So 2 times 4 is 8, okay? 8x plus 4y equals 16. If you compare these two equations, there's really nothing you can do. If you add or subtract, you're not going to eliminate one of the variables. Nor would that help if you change the bottom one. So let's say you multiply the bottom one by a factor. Same thing, there's nothing you can do. You can't multiply by 2, nor could you solve it the first type, meaning you can't just subtract them. So that brings us to the third type of equation. All right, third type of systems of equation, which is this, is that you have to change both equations to something else, like multiplying by a different number. All right, so meaning, right? So is there a number, or think about it like this, is there a multiple that 4 and 3 share? Or is it a multiple that 2 and 3 share? You can pick one or the other, so there's a little bit more freedom with solving a type 3 question. Now, what we do here is we multiply this by 3, right? Because what you're thinking is this, right? You want, hey, what's a multiple between 4 and 3, right? Because once you get that multiple, you can set the x's to be the same, and then you can eliminate them. So here I could do it by 4. So watch this. Let's see. By the way, you could use different numbers. All right, that's what I'm also suggesting. So here we do that. So that's 12x plus 6y equals to 48. Here I also get 12x. Okay, so I'm literally distributing. So 4 times 3, that's 12x, plus 4 times 3, that's 12y. 4 times 15 is 60. Now, look at this. See that? Here I can just straight up subtract. See that? These cancels out. 6 minus 12, 6y minus 12y is negative 6y. And then 48 minus 60 is negative 12. And then so on and so forth. You solve it. Okay? So here you got that. I'll substitute. So 4x plus 2 times 2 equals 16. So 4x plus 4 equals 16. So I subtract, so x equals 3. So the solution is 3 comma 2. And that's how you would solve these sort of questions. Okay? So in other words, let's summarize real quick. First type, you don't need to multiply anything. You just make the decision that you were either going to add or subtract. In this case, we added. And the second type, we have to multiply one of them, one of the equations, to change it to something that we could eliminate. In this case, the first one is multiplied by 2. So here we could cancel them out, which is the whole point, right? The whole point is to eliminate one of the variables. That's the name of the strategy, elimination, right? The third type is you have to multiply both of the equations by a factor so that either the x would have the same amount of x's, or the same amount of y. All right. So in a way, it's not that different. So think a long time ago, right? If I got 1/3 plus 1/4, you would look for the greatest common, not the greatest common factor, the lowest common denominator. It's the same thing. It's the same concept. All right. What's the lowest common multiple between 4 and 3? 12. Now, you can say, Mr. Ring, can I do 2 and 3 also? You can, sure. Let me look at the time. Yeah, we can do one together, right? You could do the other one, same answer, right? I'll leave the answer up here just to prove it, okay? That is the same. So for example, let me use a thinner marker, right? If I multiply so if you say, you know what, I see the 2 and the 3 here, maybe the numbers that I multiply will be smaller a little bit, right? So if you focus on this, between 2 and 3, what is the lowest common multiple? It will be 6, right? So here, 2, you multiply by 3 to get 6. Here, you multiply 3 by 2 to get 6. So watch this, right? I distribute. So 3 times 4 is 12. 12x plus 6y equals to 48, right? And here I can do 2 times 3x, that's 6x, times 3y plus 6y equals to 2 times 15, that's 30, right? See that? Here I can subtract. So this is 6x. These cancels out, which is the whole point of doing that. And that equals 18. Divide both sides by 6. X is 3, right? So it's 3. Now, that already checked out. So let's plug that in. 4 times 3 plus 2y equals 16. That's 12 plus 2y equals 16. Subtract 12 on both sides. That's 4. 2y equals 4. So y equals 2. Right? Same thing. Same thing. So that's how you know that works. Right? Now, that said, let's do one more, and then I'll let you try one on your own. How about that? All right. So for this one, same thing. So here I need to look very closely and ask myself, right, like which one do I want? Doesn't matter. All right. So here I'll just do the 3 and the 4. All right, because it's just there. So same thing. Now, what you should need to look out for to know that it's the type 3 is, okay, can 3 become 4 just by multiplying a number, or vice versa? Or can 2 multiply a number that becomes 5, vice versa, right? The answer is no. Well, not whole numbers anyways. So here again, right, you could do the 4 and the 3. The LCM is 12. So 4 times 3 gives us the 12, and 3 times 4 gives us the 12. And then I go start changing it. So 4 times 3, that's 12x, plus 8y equals to 40. Likewise, for the bottom equation, that's 12x plus 15y equals to 3 times 18, 54. Here, I'm going to choose, and I choose to subtract, right? Because these two are the same things. So let's do that. So these cancels out, which is the point. I'll bring this over here. 8 minus 15 is negative 7y equals to negative 14. Divide both sides by negative 7. That's positive 2. Let's plug that in. 3x plus 2 times 2 equals 10. 3x plus 4 equals 10. Subtract 4. 3x 3x equals 6, x equals 2. Is that right? All right. So the solution is 2 comma 2 comma 2. All right. So with that said, let me leave the example up here, and you guys try this one right now. So press pause right now. Okay, all right, and we're back. So again, let's see. Let's use a different color. All right, same thing. For this one, I don't know why. I just like using the first letter rather than the second letter. No difference really. So look at 3 and 5, right? 3 can become 5, 4 can become 6, or vice versa. That's how you know, by the way. So that's the criteria. Tomorrow or in class, I'm going to really emphasize when to use first type, second type, third type. Okay. So let's see. So 3 and 5, what's the LCM? 15, right? So 3 times 5 and 5 times 3. So let's do that. So here we got 15c plus 20. I keep pressing the erase button. Except when I really need to erase, I don't know how to do it, which is kind of funny. All right, so let's see, 15c plus 20m. Yep, okay. This one, 3 times 15c plus 18m. 3 times 19, what's that? Yeah, 57. Am I right? Hold on, just double check. Yeah, all right. And then I'm gonna, let's see, what should I do? 15c, that means I need to subtract. So I'm gonna take it to the side, cancels out. That's 2m equals to 3. Oh man, I'm gonna get a fraction. Is that right? Hold on. How come I feel I did something wrong whenever I get a fraction answer? All right, hold on, let me press pause real quick. All right, double checked. I think I should be right. So let's see, let's plug that in. All right, I'll do it for the first one. So 3c plus 4 times 3 halves equals 12. Just double checking. I'm still double checking right now. Okay, so these cancels out. 2 times 3 is 6. Plus 6 equals 12 minus 6. 3c equals 6. 3. Okay, I have a feeling that the computer is going to be kind of glitchy when you watch the video, because as I'm writing this, it's kind of weird. 3 halves. All right, and that's it. Okay, that's it. That's the answer. All right, so let's come back to class and we'll practice some more. Okay, all right, see you in class. Bye.
OMG, that was so good.